Yesterday was the night the lights went out in Georgia as Republican Congressman Rick McCormick waltzed into a town hall meeting of supporters and got his head handed to him on a platter. I'm going to show video of the packed meeting in the red district, booing him, heckling him, and just downright confronting him. But first, you have to keep in mind that this is a Republican congressman who won with 65% of the vote. That is absolute landslide victory numbers. So it's not like this guy is from a purple district and all the Democrats showed up. And that is what is so shocking about the clips I'm going to show you. These are Republican voters, and they have already had enough. And yeah, it's easy to think Georgia Republican voters are just idiots. Marjorie Taylor Greene won with those kinds of numbers, running against retired Army General and farmer Sean Harris. So that district is clearly full of idiots. Or to be fair, maybe they just didn't want to vote for Harris because he's the black guy. But McCormick is not green, and it shows. He's a doctor, as you'll hear him say, and the people that came to this meeting came with one specific purpose and one question that they asked in several different ways. First, watch this voter. Then I'm going to show you some others.
CDC workers working on the bird flu being fired by Doge and then having to be rehired when someone realizes, oh gosh, we need those people. Why is a supposedly conservative party taking such a radical and extremist and sloppy approach to this?
A lot of the work they do is duplicitous with AI. Once again, one of the problems we have. I happen to be a doctor, I know a few things.
So there you have it, plain as day, a Republican voter, a conservative voter, putting it to McCormick, and McCormick tries to snowball him. All those people can go now because we have AI. And when the crowd pushes back, he actually says, I happen to be a doctor. I know a few things, okay? So in other words, I'm smarter than you, so you have to buy the BS I'm selling. And they are not. So then he trots out the completely bogus argument that either we cut government like we're doing or we cut Social Security. Sadly, he didn't create an uproar on that line, but he should have. Because the thing everyone should know is Social Security pays for itself every time. And yes, people keep saying Social Security is going broke, and it is. But only because we don't make the uber wealthy pay in on all their income like the rest of America does. But this was nothing compared to another questioner directly confronting the congressman about Trump and putting limits on Trump. Watch this.
Tyranny is rising in the White House, and a man has declared himself our king. So I would like to know, rather, the people would like to know what you, Congressman, and your fellow congressmen are going to do to rein in the megalomaniac in the White House.
Look closely at this crowd cheering the question and count it up. Do you know what it looks like? It looks like a 70-30 split in the other direction. McCormick has got to be worried here, so watch what he does.
I'm not going to give you my best foghorn leghorn response. But what I was, you can go ahead and sit down, thank you. When you talk about tyranny, when you talk about presidential power, I remember having the same discussion with Republicans when Biden was elected.
Yep, he went to the old Republican playbook, blame Biden, tar Biden, make wild accusations about Biden, and the crowd erupts immediately. They know they are being gaslighted. They are here for answers, and McCormick tries giving them BS instead. These Georgia voters are not buying it. They shout him down. McCormick knew that didn't work, so he tries to silence the crowd by demonizing them. Obviously, he's a doctor who never took a speech class at university, because attacking your audience rarely works as a mode of persuasion. And predictably, it didn't work here. Watch.
The thing is, you're sitting here and a lot of you would probably say those January 6s who are yelling just as loud as you. So yelling at me is not going to get any answer.
You are offensive to the people. You are offensive.
Point of order.
Hey, let's get through this.
And that's what you call stepping on a cow pie. Once again, they absolutely shout him down. And this isn't the 10 Democratic voters in the district occupying the first couple of rows and shouting loudly so the mic picks them up. This is the whole auditorium. And they don't just boo, they chastise him. They let him know his Republican spin is not going to work on them. And they want answers. So then McCormick just tries to duck out of the question. Watch how well that works.
I've seen Game of Thrones too, thank you. Let's go ahead and move on because...
Okay, 3 strikes and you're out. But McCormick is more or less forced to answer, and so he tries to bury them with policy. Watch how that worked out.
The REINS Act, which reins in executive power for both parties, whoever's in party power, and I think it can be tweaked actually to be much better. I don't think executive privilege should be as strong as it is. I think we're out of bounds right now. I think your direct representation, whether you like me or not, I'm the closest thing you have to represent. Your senator's not going to be as representative as me, and the president's not going to be as representative as me when it comes to you, the people in this district. Likewise, I think state government needs to be more powerful than federal government. It used to be that federal funds only made up 1/3 of the money spent, and states was 2/3. It's more representative of your money and your money spent. That's better. Always push government down to the local level because you'll get better representation.
What are you doing
I don't
about
want
the
to see
king?
the president make all the decisions.
The
I
king!
don't.
What about the king? What about the king? How do you feel about
Do you not want to hear that I just said? I answered directly. I said I don't want to see any president be too powerful.
What are you doing about it? Right now, what are you
I
doing
just
about
told
it
you we
right
have an
now?
act. We have an act that can be passed by bipartisan resolution. The problem is we couldn't pass it when Joe Biden was in
Because he didn't want to be king.
Then why didn't he pass it?
Who enforces it?
Biden wouldn't pass it, and the Senate, the democratically controlled Senate would not touch it because they wanted Biden to have executive privilege that was too big too. And this is the problem. This is a bipartisan issue, guys. I'm the one saying let's work together, and you're the one screaming at me. Okay?
Biden didn't say
Let's be fair. I'm telling you how you solve this, and you're saying no, we don't want to hear that.
We want to work with someone better.
They slam him again. And once again, he blames the audience. So, what an ending. The audience member yelling, "We want to work with someone better." Message to Georgia voters: that someone better is the next Democrat who runs in your district. As Sean Harris shows, it's not that there are a lack of quality candidates to run in these districts. It's that these voters have been too readily swayed by Republican talking points. Last night proved those days are gone. Message to all of you who are not Georgia voters: never mind giving money to the DNC, give your money to the Georgia State Democratic Party because they have some tight races to run. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.